Sensei Icy.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Icy Token, and today I'm gonna be reviewing "It Is What It Is" by Thundercat.
Don't lie to me, let me rock you all night long. I'm trying to impress you, girl. Let me know, how do I look in my do-rag? I'm trying to get intimate. Let me love you like you've never been before, baby.
So Thundercat is finally back from his, I think, a 3-year hiatus. It's 3 years. 2017 was when Drunk was released, and he came back with "It Is What It Is." This album came out on Friday. The first time I listened to it, I listened to it with my friend, obviously through FaceCam, because obviously the whole quarantine thing. And so we just kind of had like a little FaceTime listening party. And when I first heard it, I really enjoyed the sound, just the R&B, soul, and funk, and a little bit of jazz and a type of sound, because that type of sound, growing up for me, my mom used to play a lot of like R&B and soul growing up. So artists from like Aretha Franklin, Earth, Wind & Fire, Gloria Ayers, Stevie Wonder, just artists of that nature are artists that I grew up on. And I feel like I wouldn't say Thundercat embodies that specific sound, because that's a lot of different sounds, but I think he does a good job of playing off those sounds that earlier artists paved the way for. And for me, growing up with that sound, those artists helped me to appreciate artists that we have today, such as Thundercat, Childish Gambino, Steve Lacy, Frank Ocean, Solange, like artists of that like nature. So like I said, I listened to this album for the first time with my friend, and then since then I probably went back and listened to the whole album in length maybe 15 more times, because the album itself isn't that long. The album is 37 minutes. My only problem with the album is just that a lot of the songs are criminally short. A lot of my favorite songs from the album are criminally short, like Overseas, Funny Things. Just some of the songs are criminally short, and I feel like most of them are criminally short. But I think that there's a whole method to the madness kind of type thing. Like, I feel like he got out what he needed to get out, so I'm not making a big deal out of it. I just sort of enjoy the music, and I kind of enjoy the fact that it's a short album, because like I said, I've probably listened to it in length 15 to 16 times, so I enjoy the fact that it's a shorter album, because I can go back and just keep listening to it over and over again as much as I want, so I get tired of it. So before I go any further, I want to play 2 of my favorite tracks from the album. My 2 favorite tracks from the album are Overseas and Funny Things. I just really like the upbeat tempo of both of those songs. Like I said, both pretty short, and I wish they were longer. But I really love the sound and just like just the bass and just everything in those songs. I really love the way that they sound. So I'm gonna go ahead and play. I'll start with Overseas first, and then I'll stop, probably talk about it, and then we'll go straight into Funny Things. All right, bro, let's go.
Girl, you're so fly, so fly. You really blow my mind, my mind. Let's not waste any more time. I'll just meet you overseas. We can do it on the plane. I just wanna be with you. I wanna meet you in Brazil. Take you to a place that you've never been before. We can just lay on the beach and just fall asleep, or maybe meet up in Japan. Maybe we can just hold hands. Let's go get drunk and gold and dine. Maybe meet up in Russia. Meet up in Russia. I don't really care who sees. Let's join the Mile High Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I'm gonna ask that on our descent here into Moscow, everybody please put your seatbelts on. Winds are getting a little bit choppy, and there appears to be a shiny black man up there in first class getting some sloppy toppy. He's got all his chains on and a do-rag. Is that Thundercat? What's up, brother?
Okay, see, the reason that Overseas is one of my favorite songs from the album is I just really get those soul vibes that I used to feel when I was a kid, when my mom would like play the soul tracks that I was talking about earlier in the vid. I get those same vibes. It's just like I know there's a definition for it, but to me, in my opinion, it's just like a feeling. It's just a feeling of just like pure happiness when you hear a certain sound. And when I hear that certain sound, it's just happiness for me. It's just something that I love hearing over and over again. Overseas is probably the track I've played the most from the whole album, and the album has some like bangers such as Black Quails, and that has a Childish Gambino on, another one of my favorite artists, and Steve Lacy. Dragon Ball Do-Rag, another heat another heat track from the album. Like, this album has some really cool songs on it, some really good songs on it. And Overseas is the one that I find myself playing over and over again for a specific reason, because the song, like I said, it just has that sound that just brings me back to just like pure happiness when nothing else mattered. I don't know why, but this is like, it's just my favorite song from the whole album. I love Overseas. I love Overseas so much, bro. And now this next one is my second favorite song, bro. This is really hard to do because obviously I just talked about why Overseas is one of my favorites. Funny Things is really cool. Dragon Ball Do-Rag is really cool. I've heard it a bunch of times. I've heard this one a bunch of times. I don't know, like the album, it starts off really like slow and melodic, but when it gets to these like pickup songs, it's just like the tempo and bro, it's just awesome. I love it. But Funny Things is probably my second favorite song from the whole album. It's just one of those songs that just makes you want to get up and dance. It's impossible to not be happy when you hear this type of track. So we're just gonna get into it for those of you that haven't heard it, and just go ahead and listen to it.
Do you mind if I wild out a little? 'Cause I'm just a little drunk and I wanna come party with you. A little. When I look into your eyes, I can tell that you're high too. But that's okay with me, 'cause I just wanna party with you. 'Cause when we hit the beat,
Alright, y'all, so I just played two bangers from the album, bro. But like, compared to the whole album, this, like, that was just a small little like taste of what the full album has to offer, bro. The full album is like a beautiful project, and if you're taking my advice from somebody who loves R&B, jazz, soul, and funk, bro, this album is just a complete package. I really like this album. If I had to rate this album, I would give it a 9 out of 10, and I rate it so highly because I really love it. Like I said, like, I really love it. Like, this album is still just in my day-to-day music. Like, I play it all the time, along with that new Gambino album that released not too long ago. I play those back to back, but I've been listening to this one a lot lately. The only reason I give it a 9 out of 10 is because there's one track on the album that I'm not a fan of yet. I'm not ready to give up on the track yet, bro. But as of right now, I'm not a fan, and that track is King of the Hill. I think it just hasn't grown on me yet. I feel like I might can get into it. It just hasn't grown on me yet, so I'm not ready to give up on King of the Hill. I'm gonna keep trying with that track, and I'll see if I can eventually fall in love with it. But for right now, it's just not for me. But like I said, bro, Thundercat, bro, it is what it is, bro. Go listen to this album, man. It's beautiful. It's fucking awesome. It's psychedelic, bro. The aesthetics are fire. The bass lines are fire. The soul vibes in it are fire, bro. Just go listen to it, bro. Let me know how you feel about the album. Let me know if you listened to it and you like the album or not. I think it's beautiful. But yeah, go check out the album. I'm gonna get out of here, bro. I'll see you on the next one, man. Peace.